So if you guys get in this situation where you're driving on the road and your car randomly dies out, and when you try to crank it, it'll crank but it won't start, here's what you're gonna do first. All right, in that situation, obviously you're gonna want to get your car started and back on the road. Here's what you're gonna do. All right, and first thing what you're gonna do is you are going to check your gas level, your gas gauge, just to make sure that you're not out of gas. Now it's funny how I've seen so many people that have their car died on the freeway, on the highway, on the road even, and I've seen them carrying a tank and filling their car up with gas from a portable tank on the road. These situations happen quite a bit, where either people forget that they need to put some gas in their car, or their gas gauge doesn't work and they kept on driving and their car just ran out of gas. And here's the thing about the fuel pump. All right, the fuel pump, obviously you're gonna need gas in the car, for the fuel pump to work, but the fuel pump's not going to work anyway if there's no gas in the car. It's going to keep on priming, but it's going to keep on cranking. Obviously, without gas, it's not going to start up. So if you're in that situation, make sure you guys look at the gas gauge to make sure that there is gas in the tank. However, if you are having this situation and your gas tank is has gas in it, here's what to check next. All right, what you want to do next at that point is check to see whether your fuel pump fuse has blown or not. Okay, at that point, it could be your fuel pump dying on you, or your fuel pump fuse or relay that has died on you. And sometimes a short will cause a fuse to blow. Now, some people might carry around fuses. If you guys don't have any fuses in your car, you might want to carry around a couple of fuses, even a fuse tester. They're not large items. You can fit it in your glove box, you can fit it in your trunk, just for cases like this. So that's very it's it's common for fuses to blow, so that could cause your crank but no start situation while you're driving and your car dies on the road. Okay, so the third thing to check in this situation is your to see whether your fan belt came off, to see whether your serpentine belt came off, and that belt is connected to the alternator. Obviously, it drives the alternator. The alternator is the part of the car that actually charges up your battery. So obviously, if the belt fell off, your alternator is not turning, and your battery's not being charged, and you could be driving on your battery for a good while, and then your car dies because your battery is dead. So you could keep a serpentine belt around just in case situations like that happen. Most of the time, a lot of people who aren't good or don't do DIY mechanical work really don't know how to either put the belt back on or it wouldn't help them too much to have the belt if they don't know how to put it back on. So you might have to call the a mechanic for that. But but if you are good with these sorts of things, and this is not, it's not difficult as far as putting the belt back on, but you'd have to have some experience with it. But if this is the situation you're in where the serpentine belt fell off, and it does happen every once in a while, it's not a common thing, but it does happen. If you have a battery pack, if you have a battery, a power bank battery pack, all you need to do is pretty much, if the battery pack is semi full or semi charged up, or charged up all the way, you could actually put it, pop it on the battery, turn it on, and you could get a couple miles just off that battery pack alone, charging up your battery and keeping your car going for a good little bit. For a good couple miles, if you turn off your headlights and your radio and everything else that you don't need, you could drive with that battery pack for a couple of miles. It could get you off the highway. It could get you to a station to get your car fixed. So if that's the situation, and your belt came off and you don't know how to put the belt back on, just use a battery pack to power your car to a shop that could actually fix your car. So another scenario that could come up for your car to if you were driving and your car died out is if the temperature gauge went all the way to the red line. The temperature gauge went all the way to the red line. It could be a couple of things that's causing it. One of those things could be that you are low on coolant. So a lot of people have coolant around. All right, check your temperature gauge. If your temperature gauge is all the way up in the hot zone, definitely check out, let it cool down a little bit first. Shut it off, let it cool down a little bit first. Put some coolant in, turn your heat all the way up so that the coolant actually works all the way through to dissipate the heat from the engine. And and there might be a leak somewhere, but that coolant could get you maybe a little bit, could get you a couple miles to a shop to get it fixed or whatever. Also, if you guys are in that situation, definitely check the oil. A lot of people don't check the oil and the engine oil on a regular basis. Definitely check your oil to see if you have any oil in your engine. If you are very low on oil or no oil at all, that could cause that temperature gauge to go all the way up. Definitely, if you guys, a lot of people keep a couple bottles of oil around, just for maintenance purposes, or if your engine is burning oil, they keep a couple of oil bottles around, a couple quarts around. Definitely, check that. If it's low, fill it. Use a couple quarts that you have. It'll just keep the engine going, and you should be able to drive for a couple miles to a shop to see what the issue is, or to buy a couple more quarts to fill it up. But obviously, in all these situations, you'd have to be prepared for it. A lot of people keep a lot of stuff in their cars, so just keep some of these things in your car. Be prepared for situations like this, and you might be able to get your car going again if you get in one of these situations where you're driving down the road and your car dies out and you're not able to get it started, but it cranks. Just go down the list of diagnosing all those things in this video, and you might be able to get your car started again and get to where you need to go to get your situation fixed. All right, guys. If you guys have any comment, please leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up. All right, guys, take care.